Hello and welcome to another episode of Dump Run. Now, if you don't know what this series is, I am animating a short film in Blender and showing you everything. So I'm doing it all step by step and just live streaming these, not editing, not cutting anything out, just showing you all the steps involved. So we've made a bit of progress. This is day 2 of my 30-day challenge. I'm trying to do 1 episode a day for 30 days. Day 2, here we are. Yeah, so what we did yesterday, I'll just have a quick recap. We were working on this section where the claw lunges and then gets launched. So let's just pick up where we left off. Now let's see. I'm going to take this shot right here and think about it. So let's get our framing looking pretty good. I feel like the action's nice. I feel like it's really clear what's happening. I like his little look back, but I want to kind of, I don't know, just change the framing a touch. So I'm going to lock my camera to view. Again, if I hit Q for quick favorites, that's a really great tool. If you don't know how to do that, come over here to view and you right click on any command. So I've taken the lock camera to view and I've right clicked on it and I've added it to quick favorites. Now if you hit Q, it'll pop up. I've got a few in there that I like to use every now and then. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna get this framed up and let me select my camera and I'll just come over here. I want to keep him, you know, the center of action, I think. Well, kind of this whole section. This shot's really about the hands pulling and coming apart. So, you know, that's why I've chosen to do it in profile like this. So it's really clear what's happening. He gets ready for the jump, which is good. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. I feel like maybe a push in would be good on this, like pushing in on him, like as he gets ready. You know, it's like da 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 da, bam. Let's try that. We would want to center it up a little bit more around him, I think. Maybe come this way a touch. Actually, I don't want to come this way too much because I kind of like the really clean view. Let's maybe angle it a bit like this. Let's see, how does that feel? Let me also just hit A to select all channels and then full stop to jump to the keys. Now you saw I didn't have anything in my dope sheet or in my graph editor. It was all like this, right? And you know, what am I doing? If you open this up, you'll see. So I've got all the different channels. I didn't have any selected. And so if you don't have any channels selected, then you can't hit A to select any keyframes, so that you can't actually jump to anything. You kind of just go to the full view. So first I came over here and I hit A to select all the channels and then A in the viewport to select all the keyframes. So it's just an easy way to kind of find stuff, and then full stop on the number keypad. You can see right there. I had someone in the comments request changing the color of the text to white. So hopefully that makes it a little bit clearer to read. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know what you think series in the comments below. Let me know what you had for breakfast in the comments below. Everything you put there, even if it's negative, helps promote the video. So thank you. Same with like disliking it. It also helps promote the video. It's engagement, you know, so engage. Cheers. Okay. You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh. All right. All right, let's try that push in. So we're going to be here, and as he gets ready to go, this is what we'll do it. So let's grab our camera. Oh, that's right. I was going to clear out all these keyframes because I don't want to have any movement up to this point. Actually, yeah, we don't want that. I was just thinking it looks kind of cool, but no, it doesn't. It looks bad. All right. So let's see. All right, let's try it from here. So I'll hit I to set a keyframe for the location and rotation of my camera. Again, my camera's selected. I hit Shift B to select it because I've set that as a hotkey for this. Up here, selection mode, select active camera. I right-clicked and I can add it a shortcut. That's how you can do that. So we're going to start pushing in. All right, let's go to here into our 3D view. And where is my camera? Full stop. Oh, there he is. Okay. So I'm going to grab the handle. I'm in local coordinates, so that way I can get these handles and like use them to push in the direction that the cameras are facing. Like if you see, if I switch to global, it's sort of the global orientation. So you can't really like, it's hard to figure out which is the direct line to push in on. But if you go to local, you can see now it's local to the camera. So I can push in like this. All right, cool. Now, the idea of this is I'd want it to start to push in, but I don't want it to slow down. I kind of want it just to keep going. So I'm going to select these keys. I'm going to set, that's fine. I'll keep it to center. I'm going to hit S to scale and X and then 0. So that will cause that key to basically never slow down. It just kind of keeps going. Turns it kind of like a linear key, basically. All right, let's grab this. Grab all those, and we'll grab X, pull that out. Let's see what happens if we come back. What happens if it's from the beginning? Like right from the start of the shot. That's kind of cool. I feel like as we go, maybe we could tilt up a bit. So let's go to the X rotation and let's grab it and grab Y just a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We do lose some things there. I'm going to bring this back so it matches the other curve. I'm going to box select these guys. Something I like to do a lot. You select the keys, right? And then Control Alt P, and that will set that preview range, but for just the keys you have selected. That's a really great way to kind of work on a section and preview it. Should probably drag them out to a little bit further. Just kind of a good technique when you're pushing in, right? And you're looking up at something more and more. It's a very heroic shot to do that. We could even maybe drop the camera a bit so we can get a bit of a better read on these other guys. We could also Dutch the camera a bit to get a bit more of this in frame. But I think I kind of want to keep the orientation clear because I feel like if I start changing the horizon line, it's going to get weird. Although I do notice we actually do have some tilt on that. Let's have a look. The Y rotation. Is it? It's not quite at 0. Let's just take this and 0 it out and see what that looks like. Delete those keys. Now, it might be nice to like, I wonder if it should speed up. He's like grabs, pulls, and then launch. Maybe. I mean, is it speeding up? It's kind of speeding up. I could take this and S to scale, X, and just scale it out. That'll slow it down, and then it speeds up. Probably want to keep these guys going. We could extend it out indefinitely. Let's try that. So I'm going to select, let's see, we'll just keep all these channels selected, and we're going to go channel extrapolation, and we're going to go linear extrapolation. And that should, if I don't have any other keys, do I have any other keys? Maybe I didn't have anything selected. Let's try that again. Channel extrapolation linear. No. Channel extrapolation constant. Why is it not working? What's going on? I select X, grab the keys, channel extrapolation linear. Do I have another key like off here somewhere? I don't think I do. That's weird. I don't know why that's not working. It should continue on indefinitely in that direction. Is it because it's a Bezier? Or is it because of the scale? Probably because of the scale. Oh yeah, there we go. See? There we go. All right, so that's going to move indefinitely off in that direction. So I'm just grabbing the handles and then lining them up manually. Y location, let's grab. Oops. Just keep clicking till you get a handle. There we go. Because when you scale to 0, the handles are still there. They're just all in the same spot. Now we need to make sure these handles are uniform. Otherwise I'll get some weird effects. But see, this may not work. This may not be the best idea. Let's find out. Let's find out. We got to experiment, right? No rotation on those, no scale on those. All right. So now the camera's just going to basically just keep moving. And that'll just help us so we can, make the shot as long or as short as we want. Now, as I was saying, if we're kind of dropping as well, I think that could be good. So let's go to the Z location, hit up on my keyboard to jump to that keyframe, the next keyframe. And I'm going to grab Y and I'm going to drop this down. And you'll see the camera starts to move, but it's not moving very much because these values is very small, right? So I'm going to hold down Control and middle mouse button and just drag down. And now as I move, I'm moving over a greater distance on the graph editor. And now I can get something that looks a little bit better. So that's good. Now I've got normalize turned on. And what normalize does, it takes keyframes, even when their values are wildly different, and it kind of brings them all together so you can see them in a tighter space, but it creates these jumps where once you kind of you change the size and shape of a curve, it's going to rejig the whole graph editor. So it all changes. So it can be a little confusing if you're not used to it. So you can always turn that off, but sometimes having it off is annoying because everything's really far apart. It's just a convenience thing. I could probably turn off the auto normalize, but if I turn off normalize, you could see if I look at, like if I get a good view on my X or my Z curve here, and now I want to look at Y, it's like, whoa, Y is huge, because these values are much larger than what we're doing on the Z. But if I click normalize, it's going to bring these guys back together. See, so now they're very close to each other. Hope that makes sense. It's more of a convenience. All right, I'm just going to get the angle of this pointed back correctly, and let's have a look. So now we're dropping, and we probably want to increase the tilt up to really kind of go along with that drop. So grab Y on the X rotation. And I've just memorized what these do. So when I'm grab the X rotation, I'm just automatically thinking, okay, this is going to be the tilt of my camera. And that's something you'll get used to. That's cool. I almost feel like it should be moving a bit more from the start. It's hard without a lot of reference. I wonder if we could go even further with it. Like, let's go to the key. Let's push him in closer. Let's see what that looks like. Great, I love it. Okay, now once he zips, it'd be great for the camera to try and follow, do a little bit of a pan. Not follow completely, but just start to go with him. It'll help with the cut because it's really quick. Like he pops out fast, and it'll just give us a few more frames of him in the screen. So we don't want to do it right away. We want to have the cameraman react, right? So maybe right about here. Let's grab the Z rotation. We already have a key, so we're going to go dot, dot, dot. I only selected channel, sets a key just for the selected channel, which is this one. And then I'm going to grab Z and bring it down. Now this looks linear. Do we not have? Okay, no, we do have curves. I'll bring that out. Go. Let's bring it back a little bit. Down. Well, it's kind of nice getting to see that the whip. Maybe we should like continue with him and tilt up to catch that. I'm gonna want to turn off the linear extrapolation on this channel though. Probably all of them, to be honest. Let's do it. Actually, what we could do, let's come to right here. I'll grab this key. I'll leave that there. I'm going to set a key for this point. Maybe this point. So I'm going to hit I. Now, there's a way of doing this where we can set a keyframe and have it react to the linear extrapolation. Let's see if this does. I'll just hit I, location rotation. And did that work? I think it did. Yeah, you can see that from this point to this point, it continued on with the linear extrapolation. Great. Okay, now with all these channels selected, what I want to do is go channel, and we want to go for extrapolation constant. That'll flatten those guys out. And now we can, cool. I'm going to extend my preview range. It's going to whip. and then launch up, but let's catch some of that. So we're going to go up here. So where's my X rotation? Just grab Y and bring it way up like this. And keep it flat. Now we don't need him to preempt that. What I might do is just grab this out. This one out so it's not so intense. And then also go to the Z. Let's continue on with some rotation here like that. This is turning into a cool shot unintentionally, but really awesome. I love when this happens. All right, X rotation. Let's grab this up a bit so he's like really in there, really in the frame. I mean, so that's good. And we are missing a lot of that action. So let's rotate these handles, maybe grab the key up a touch. I don't mind losing him a bit because it's such a fast moment. Now, I'm wondering what would happen if we did continue to track. So if we took the X and Y location, we had those extrapolate like, continuously. Let's just see. Let's see, linear. So this is going to keep the camera moving like it's on a dolly track that's just going to keep going. Let's take that Z and let's do maybe one more keyframe. Yeah, cool. I mean, we'll have to refine this because he shouldn't be going exactly off that way. He needs to be going up more. So I don't know that I want to cover this whole moment in this angle. Let's see. Yeah, so what we should be doing is we should be going up high enough to see that doorway. So let's do that. Let's come up that high. And then let's get him to head up in that direction. So pose mode. Come over here. Let's find his last key for that. This is for the master. Just gonna have a look at his keys. All right, I might just realign it so it looks like he's kind of going in the right direction. Or if we just carry it through even further. Or actually, no, I don't want to linear extrapolate. Going forward. What is this? X location. Like if he continues. Oh, okay, so I don't want that. Y location. So that's pretty good. Keep that going. So I'm just creating a straight line with this key. So he's got like a continuous motion. This key, I guess we will have to continue to keep that going. I think that'll give us what we want. I'm just looking at him here. Further with that. And then the Z location, he just needs to continue up. So just keep that a straight line and that'll just help it work. I mean, it's ridiculous, but part of the plan was to like cut away so we don't see, the whole travel. Because look how far he has to go. It's like There's no way. Right here, ready? Wait, it's never gonna make it. But magic of cinema, we can force it. So I think just a few frames with this thing will be effective. I think we'll be able to go and then see him kind of pop up into it. So let's think about cutting right about here. All right. And let's take our camera, get out of pose mode, take our camera, Shift D to duplicate. And I'm going to create a new camera marker here, Control B. And let's see, I'm going to get rid of all the keys for this camera. So select all the channels, select all the keys, delete. And let's think about this. So this is the shot where he goes up into the actual like door. What's the right angle for this? I mean, I'm assuming what we're going to want is something like this. Take this a 50. Yeah, that's all right. Although we probably want a slightly different lens now that we've done that already. We could get under it. That's probably a good idea. Change to global. Just grab on the Y and back to local. Take X. Take Y. X. There we go. Maybe we'll go a bit wider. 24. We want a bit of rubbish, just like catch the tip of the hill. That. We'll have to see how it looks. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's turn on all this stuff. Pop. There we go. Pull the camera out of the pile. So finding a little angle like this, that's cool. We get some rubbish in there. Something like this, I think, would be good. And then I want to see him go up into it. So let's think about this. This is the right angle. I do kind of want to be more at a side angle, I think. I'm just thinking about reading him like going in. Now we'll have to do some tricks to make it work, but we could cheat this down. That might work. It's kind of hard to tell, like without lighting and everything. The shot may be one we need to just park for a bit, like get something in place, but then like final it when we actually have a rendered environment. All right, let's get rid of all of our keys for this camera. And let's see if this works. We'll see if this works. So let's grab our character. Where is he? There we go. And we'll go pose mode and let's go to the previous frame and we'll hit IW just to key everything for him. We'll come here and grab Z, grab Shift Z and just bring him forward. Right. Start him like here maybe, and then we'll go to, let's say here. I'm gonna get rid of that key. There we go. And these keys. Grab Z and pop him up. So he's gone up through it. And I want to make this kind of linear, so I'm going to hit S to scale X and 0, so it just flattens out. And then I'll grab these. Oh, did I lose the marker for that? It looks like I did. Must have deleted it. Back up to the cameras. I'm gonna look through that one. Control B again down here. Okay, there we go. So up. That's not right. All right, grab these keys. Delete that actually. I'll grab these guys, scale X0 as well. Actually, I'll switch to individual centers and just S0. That'll really make them linear without having to make them linear. Oh, and let's grab X, bring these right in. Yeah, it's not going to work at all. That's a terrible cut. I'll have to figure this out. I don't know. We might have broken things by including this in the shot because it has to be so far away. Plus, we cheated everything. Like, we could technically do that. So this shot becomes a cheat where the portal's a lot closer. And we just see him go into it here. Like, this could be the last shot easily. Could try that. Check my time. Let's get rid of that cut. Let's come back to this camera. Let's think about this. If we go up, and where would we want to resolve? We could just keep going. What's my Z rotation look like? What if we do a continuous extrapolation on this channel? And point these handles at each other. See, is the rate of rotation kind of at the right? Yeah, that works. Not quite. It's a little too fast. Just trying to keep the portal kind of centered down the middle. Okay. Now let's try cheating it. So we'll need to cheat the hill and the portal itself. So select the portal. Let's go to the start of this shot. We'll go back one frame and we will hit I and do a location rotation. Might as well do a scale to keyframe for the portal. Come forward one. And then in this shot, what we'll do is we'll bring him closer. Although I should do it from this angle so I can really get a feel for it. And I'll do it before he snaps. Right here. Okay. I grab X, grab Z. This actually feels realistic, like he could reach that. And then this hill needs to move as well. So let's go and let's take this. Let's find those keys that we just did. We need to move these guys so they are right on that cut. And then let's take the giant hill. Go back here. I location and rotation. Come back here. Let's go to the shot. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it'll work, but it might. We might cheat things. Take this back. needs to be what? Not sure this will be believable. I'll have to give it a go. We'll see. Grab this back. Here we go. And then I'll change his keys as well so that he doesn't we don't have that jump anymore. Let's see, where was that? It's here. I'll delete these. And just send him through the portal. So these and scale 0. Yeah, doesn't really work. So even with all that parallax and stuff, you can really tell that it's not there. I feel like maybe what we should do is move it back just a little bit. Let's try and split the difference. So we'll cheat it, but not epically cheat it. Okay, let's try that. So we got this. Yeah, that's cool. I think that could work. All right, let's grab the Y location of this guy. Grab Y. Just going to do it in the graph editor. Center it up so it looks good. And yeah, it looks like it tracks correctly. And now let's grab him. And we will go to, probably just needs to go a little bit further. Let's see. Grab all that, bring it forward. Why does the X jump up like that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. What happens if I delete that key? Oh, I really need it. Oh, it's because of the constraint, I think. We turn it off and then it pops off. So, all right, flies up. And we want to take him so that he's directly underneath. And move him right up. Position him right there. Maybe forward it a little bit more. Oh. Forward a touch more. Get that angle of entry right. Yeah, that works. It works a bit better. It's definitely a bit of a fly. I don't know. I don't know if this sells it. It might be a bit much. It's a cool shot. It's a very cool shot. Don't get me wrong, but it might be a bit too much. I mean, we could just cut away, like as soon as we get to this, and then cut to we're upstairs, and he boom, bump, 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 tumbles out. Like that probably work. I think. If it does work, that means we've got all of our cameras for this scene. The second scene is fully laid out. Unbelievable. All right, let's go on that hunch for now. We'll put this as the final frame of the scene. So I'll just copy that, our current frame, and I'll paste it into the in frame number. Oh boy. And so there we have it. Got him falling down and all the rubbish. He's going to pop up, get picked up. That rubbish really plays into it, doesn't it? It's going to be cool to see it all turned on. He runs back. We got to get some ambient motion in the arms. But we'll get all that. We'll get all that as we refine the animation. Up, whoa. Ride it this way, and then. Yeah, I think it works. Awesome. All right. I'm going to save that. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys checking this out. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, all that stuff. Go check out this product on the Blender Market. I've got the links in the description below if you're interested in getting all these assets so you can follow along with me as I make the film. Thanks again. I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, have a fantastic day. See ya. Bye.